Hey, we are back. What up?
Yes,
What
we
up?
are. That's
We are we are breaking down Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, and we've already made it through Act 1. So if you didn't see it, go check it out. And Bogey's not here, so I'll fill in for him. Last time on the Silver Screen Breakdowns, Thunderbolt, aka Clint Eastwood, meets Lightfoot, aka Jeff Bridges. They've already gotten into a little bit of a crazy adventure. They've stolen a car together. They've encountered some ladies together. And this is all just happening in the first day that they meet. There's going to be a lot more adventures to come. And the next adventure comes right away. The next scene, the next scene that opens up here, we see two guys with guns just hanging outside of what looks like some kind of restaurant, cafe.
Like a cafe where they get like eggs and bacon and stuff.
Except for Clint Eastwood. He's got to get coffee only. He didn't like the everything like Bridges does.
Yeah, Bridges, he's this little kid in a candy store, wasn't
he? Yeah. Got to hit on the waitress, and I think that just for him, as long as there's a lady around that he can hit on a little bit, I think he's all right.
Yep. Absolutely, he was.
But yeah. And what do you think, Nelson? If you're going to a diner in the morning, I mean, I don't know what time they're doing this. This is just really early. You getting food, or are you just like a coffee-only person?
No, I'm getting food, man. I barely drink coffee. I'll drink it if I have to, if I have to stay awake for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But no, I'm getting eggs and bacon and what else is there? I don't eat toast, so. But I'm doing the deal, man. I'm going to eat. Get that diner food.
There we go.
But yeah. Even the smell in there. You go in those places.
Yeah.
You just want to eat, right? Pancakes.
Heck yeah. And
French toast guy.
And the real good diners, I mean, they've got all types of food. I mean, I really do like checking out these cafes or diners and seeing what.
Victor, I'll talk to you afterwards. Sorry. After the show's done. Okay. This is my neighbor, Victor. Victor's part of the show now, huh?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
He's always knocking when we're doing the show. But he knocks a lot on my door, so.
The delis and cafes, they're usually good about having, the lunch and the dinner stuff. I like trying the chicken and waffles from a lot of random diners and cafes.
Hey, is that a thing? I never heard of chicken and waffles until I moved to LA. It was Roscoe's Chicken and
Waffles. What? It was
maybe in Canada. We didn't have that in Canada like that.
I figured you would have done some research on Harlem because that's where this was all invented way back in the day. And it was when the jazz musicians would get out of the clubs, and it'd be, whatever time the clubs were closing way back when, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And they would want a little bit of dinner, but they'd want a little bit of breakfast too.
I like that.
So that's how it all started, the chicken and waffles way back in the day.
They want a little bit of dinner, but brekkie too, because they're up all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles. I never have. I didn't know that history. Would never have even thought of that history, but I like it. I like the history.
And you live in LA where they got the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And like every time I come to LA and I'm anywhere close to it, I have to get it.
Yeah, awesome. I've been there. I've only been there a couple of times. You know me, how I eat, in particular how I eat, but
yeah,
just eating all those carbs and the meat, not a great thing. But once in a while, yeah, you do it once in a while.
It's a good cheat. It's a good cheat.
Yeah.
So right after these guys get done eating, this is where now it just all gets kicked into high gear, right? Because soon as they get out of there, the guy he has his, what is it? He's got a rifle or like something, and luckily for them, right when he's aiming at him, this big rig drives right in front of him, and he's like, oh, fuck, can't get him. And then the truck gets out of the way, but then they're in the car. They start blasting out. Whole rear windshield blasted out, gun holes all in the side or on the back of the car. They go on a big chase, and they end up getting away. I don't know how. Neither one of those cars would have been able to last through the fucking terrain that they were going through.
Plus, the bullets would have went through the car, and some of the bullets would have got them. No,
more than likely. It all depends on the angle, right? I mean, if it hits him from the trunk and it's going down, maybe it doesn't make it all the way through. But yeah, you would think so. You would think so. Kidda said he only eats once. Oh, he eats it once a week. Yeah, because now he lives in Long Beach. He lives in the LBC.
Kidda?
Yeah, he works at Disneyland now.
Kidda's in the LBC now?
Yeah.
He's up close to my neck of the woods now.
Yeah.
Kidda.
Yeah, he's a ride mechanic at Disneyland.
What did he say? What does he eat once a week? I missed that. Chicken waffles?
Roscoe's.
Good.
Heck yeah.
What's he doing at Disney? Is he Mickey Mouse or something? Where those?
No, he does. he's a ride mechanic.
Oh, he fixes the rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta have people disappearing on those rides now.
I know, man. That's only. I think that only happens in Florida at the at Disney World.
Yeah, it's okay. It only happens in Florida. Only. It's so weird though, right? Yeah, that just happened in Florida. Anyway, it was just a whole family.
Real trippy.
That still bugged me out when you sent me that.
I mean, that's super trippy.
And it's real. It's not even solved yet, right?
No.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Interesting.
Parallel universes. Hey, too bad Bogey wasn't here. Talk about parallel universes and dimensions and stuff, and wormholes and portals.
Insane. So after they get away, they evade the dudes. We didn't even know who the hell they are. Then they end up getting this is when they get picked up by that guy when they're hitchhiking. I mean, their car pretty much like breaks down. Done. Or no, they go to the place where they get on a boat. What was this whole part about? Like there's some spot where they get on a boat to go from one side of
north
Montana to the other, or wherever the hell. I don't even know where they are at this point.
Some riverboat.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, so that picks them up. They're on the boat. And then they end up on the hitchhiking.
Yeah.
With the Rabbit Man.
Yeah. And I mean, whatever he was doing, he was there to get out the aggression. You know, I got to get the aggressive driving going. I got to get all these bunnies so I can shoot them with my gun. Just at close range. That guy was definitely a psychopath. And Clint Eastwood just comes ask, "Hey, what are you doing?" Fucking turns the gun around, starts swinging it at him. Like, what the hell?
After the car rolled.
Yeah, after. Man.
Yeah, that's funny.
What a crazy ass.
He was a weird dude.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought we were going to have The Hills Have Eyes episodes, you know?
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
No. Mm-mm. No.
Deliverance?
You
haven't seen that movie?
No, a lot of those movies I just won't even gravitate towards.
Oh, that's going to be one of my choices down the road then. Deliverance.
It can be. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch them, but those are just ones that I guess that style of movie, if we're talking supernatural or whatever.
No, that's not supernatural. That's a hillbilly outback movie.
Oh, okay.
Like The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Those are also ones that I won't really gravitate too much towards either.
Oh, me neither, actually, but I will for the show.
Yeah, for sure.
I've seen Deliverance, but never seen The Hills Have Eyes, but I've always heard of it. Because I remember when it came out.
Those inbred psychos give me nightmares.
Like The Burbs. Remember The Burbs?
Yeah.
The weird family that moves next door.
Love that movie. I love that movie.
That was Courtney Gaines, right? He's a redheaded actor. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
He plays he was in Colors. He plays kind of odd type of characters.
Yeah, and he was the one that Runsfield was. Hey, Pinocchio, where are you going?
On what?
Just at the end when he's walking and he kind of looks like the kid that he was playing in Children of the Corn almost. He's got his hat. Looks like Pinocchio. And Runsfield, hey, Pinocchio, where are you going? And, tracks him down and tackles him and shit. He's like, don't you make a move, Sonny. Snap your neck like a twig.
What movie was that?
The Burbs.
Oh, it was The Burbs. Oh,
it was at the end when they were doing the citizen's arrest on him.
I saw him on the Metro a couple years ago.
Okay.
2019, 2018.
Nice.
Twice, 2 or 3 times. This bummed me. I guess maybe he lives not that far away from me.
Cool.
But he's just chilling. Hey, but he looks just the same.
Cool.
came out dude. He looks a little older, but not really.
Yeah, he looked kind of. I mean, I know it's probably for the movie and there's a lot of makeup, but in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, man, he looked old and bad. But I'm sure it's a lot of makeup.
Oh, what was the character that he was playing?
He was the guy at Charlie's the ranch, and he was just like the old guy who like owned the land.
Oh, they made him look old then.
And he was like blind, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it had to be a lot of makeup and all that.
Yeah, because he does not look that old, really.
Okay.
That's what I was surprised when I saw him. Like I easily recognized him, and he didn't look old, so I was kind of surprised. So anyway, so where are we now?
Kidda said Clint Eastwood riding in the car like that reminds me of my ex-wife last time we were still married.
Something already said? Oh, Kidda.
And so we were.
I didn't know Kidda was married. He was divorced now,
huh? And so let me see. Okay, so we're really at the spot after they get the car and all that. They really just start talking about the backstory, and he reveals himself as Thunderbolt, and Jeff Bridges knows of him.
You heard of him, yeah?
Yeah, he's heard the tales.
You
want to go ahead and give that backstory now that they finally reveal everything?
Oh yeah, I mentioned it a little bit. I guess I'll just re-summarize it, right? So the guys that were shooting at him, he knows them from the military, from was it Korean War or something, or some war that they were at. So, and then they end up getting caught again by the older Kennedy dude, Red. But Red doesn't kill them and stuff, and then they end up talking about a heist. And it was a good moment when Thunderbolt actually explains like how to rob a bank. He got so technical in it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna have a sensor here, a sensor there, an alarm, and you got 90 seconds before this goes off, and then you got 3 feet of steel door. Then you got to go through all this stuff, security, electrical wires.
Yeah. And here's what I kind of mean about like how they think the audience is just like kind of dumb or whatever. So they're in the woods by themselves after they get the car from the crazy rabbit guy. They're in the woods, and that's when he reveals himself as Thunderbolt, starts telling them all about the heist and everything and all those guys. And then it's like they go to like a school or whatever, I don't really know what it was. I don't know if it was the place that he said they hid the money or whatever. And everything was changed. There was a whole bunch of people around. They go get ice cream, and then they're back in the car. And then they get the
ice cream. Yeah, I forgot about the ice cream.
Then they get the guns. Yeah. Whoever made this movie loves pistachio ice cream. It was mentioned, like, it was referenced at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh, yeah, that kid in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You came down here too early. That's when they start. Okay, that's after they get jobs. But
yeah.
I'm skipping ahead. But yeah, so that ice cream melted on his hand. You see that in the next scene?
Well, he wasn't eating it, right? Like he's just got a gun to his head. Like,
yeah,
kind of tough to.
But I like the continuity. I noticed that.
Because Clint Eastwood, he threw his out the window. As soon as the shit started happening, he didn't hold it.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges wanted to hold it.
Yeah, and ran all down his fingers. I was looking at that. I go, oh man, he actually held that thing. Or at least they pretended. I mean, it worked for the continuity, so it's pretty cool.
But that's what I mean. So he pretty much explains the whole story. Clint Eastwood explains it all, Jeff Bridges, and then after they go to the school or whatever, and those guys, they find him in the car, then they like re-explain that whole story again.
They find who in the car?
When so after they leave the school, the dudes who've been following them, they got the guns to the back of their head. And they're driving, and then they're like explaining everything again.
Oh, right.
It's like they told the story twice in like, I don't know, not consecutive scenes, but like there's one scene where they talk about it, then they go to the school, and then like the next scene when they get back in the car, there's all this shit, and they're explaining all this again. And Song says he's never seen this movie, didn't have a chance to watch it earlier this past week. It's worth watching for sure. I mean, Jeff Bridges, he's awesome in this movie.
He is that.
And all Jeff Bridges wants to do is just keep getting into crazy capers. And so he's just like, why don't we just rob another bank? It's like, yeah, why don't we rob the same one?
Yeah, they're like, that's not a bad idea. They never thought of it.
Because they're pissed at him because he got all the money taken, right? So what was the actual, like, I still a little fuzzy on everything that exactly happened, but they robbed what, a bank originally?
Yeah, they did. Also, what happened with Red, right? With Red and Clint and Thunderbolt.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they robbed the bank and then they hid it behind the blackboard of a one-room schoolhouse.
Uh-huh.
And it was they're supposed to go back and pick it up and divvy it up.
And he said that
happen.
Yeah, he said
the media said it was gone.
Yeah, the media said that they recovered it, right?
Right.
And then so that's why they were all pissed. They're like, wait, he gave the money back, or like something like that. And then that's why they're trying to kill him, right? Because
that's right. So they think he gave the money. They gave the money up, and he didn't. It's still
none of them got
untouched.
Yeah, like literally, they're all fighting for nothing because nobody got any of that money. It's still all hidden. That's what's kind of crazy about.
Sadly,
that's what's crazy about the whole thing in general. You know, a lot of miscommunication back then when they didn't have cell phones. I feel like if they had cell phones, this could have been cleared up very, very easy.
They kept in touch by the newspapers.
Yeah.
Articles, you said. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so, let's see. Then we get a whole little bit of nothing for a while. And then, well, really, it's just the whole re-explaining of everything. But then, so what was the reason that they needed to get jobs? Because that's like what happens next is they needed to get jobs to like just be around the area, right?
I thought they needed to get jobs to get some artillery.
Okay.
Some paraphernalia to, firearms, pretty much.
I mean, one of the jobs specifically was for that, right? What did they work in, like a plant or something, some kind of plant?
Yeah, I think that was who's working that? Red? Was Red on that? I know Red's buddy Goody was the ice cream man.
Yeah. And see, like, because that's what didn't make sense. I knew that they had to be in there, be around there for some reason. And I mean, obviously they need money. They're like all out of money as well. And yeah, the dude's like working he's the Frosty's ice cream delivery guy. And like little ice cream delivery trucks like that existed back in the 70s.
Yeah, apparently they did.
Because that was wild. I mean, there was like a whole fleet of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember the 70s much. 80s, I'm an 80s kid more so, but I remember the late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But 74, I don't remember.
Yeah.
A little too early.
Songs I knew this guy that was delivering furniture to Clint Eastwood like a few years ago, late 90s, told me Clint was rude and a mad motherfucker. He said he was cursing at him for no reason. He said that's what I was told. I mean, I assume that Clint Eastwood isn't too far off from some of the, super old guys who were like around before segregation, and they're like just like super racist, like that's what I just assume.
Super racist?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, you grew up, you grew up before segregation. Like you grew up with a different mindset towards like other races, like no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
So who knows? But yeah, that's just what I think about Clint. No idea though. But yeah, and then fucking Lightfoot. Why is he working for a landscaping company? Like that was the thing that I was always like so like confused about. Like, why is he working for a landscaping company? And Gary Busey, he's like the head worker, and his brother-in-law is like the owner of the company or something. And I guess it was kind of funny though when like you see him stamping out the grass or whatever,
Yeah, I remember that. I was just thinking that.
and then the little window or a shade gets open in front of the window, and then it's like the lady of the house is just there like buck naked.
Yeah, of course, right in front of our old Lightfoot.
Yeah.
He just gets, he just happens.
What'd you make of that part? I didn't even notice that the first time that I watched the movie. I guess during that part, I must have been either tuned out or doing something on the computer.
There was like, I noticed there's a lot of instances of just kind of random sex situations.
Yeah.
That didn't really have anything to do with the movie, really. You think about it.
I think that's like a male fantasy in general, right?
Yeah.
Like working something at some house, and there's just some lady who's a mistress of the lady of the house who just like wants to fuck the help.
Yeah, it's looking like she was offering up to him.
Wants to invite him in for a glass of lemonade.
The women just seem to fall on his lap.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck in that. He didn't have good luck in a lot of areas, but it seemed like with the ladies.
Even Red was asking him questions. No, Red didn't get along with Lightfoot at all, right?
No, they hate. Well,
that was a good dynamic.
Him. I don't think Lightfoot hated him. I think Red just hated him.
Yeah, Red hated him.
But that was the part when it's like Red is a freak. Like he is a real freak because like when Lightfoot comes back, they're all in. They're all. I mean, I don't know where they're living in, like a trailer or something. Can't even tell what it is. They're all living somewhere, that's very, very low rent type of place. And Lightfoot just somehow brings it up like, hey, that chick was there again. She was naked this time. So I'm assuming she was there in maybe her underwear the last time.
Oh, right.
Trying to get his attention.
Hotel room or something.
Yeah, that's just what I took from it. And Red was like, what'd you see? Like, what'd you mean, what did I see? Come on, you know what I mean. What'd you see?
then he kisses him with his mouth turned backwards. Remember that?
Yeah.
Red did not like that.
No. Yeah, what was it? He did like that or something. Yeah, it was
a little trick.
Yeah, and seeing like, I don't know. I don't necessarily get what the point of that was other than just something to piss Red off. It was like a Bugs Bunny moment where like Bugs Bunny would just grab someone and like
right. Right.
And
yeah, that's right, Kidda.
Kidda said girls seemed easier in the 70s. Now they all have Instagram and 5. Oh man. I don't know.
Where are they now?
Yeah, I think just depends on your status and a lot. Well, and maybe not even everything depending on the status, but
status on what? What do you mean?
Just status in life. I feel like that a lot of that just like dictates how your luck may or may not be with a lot of the ladies.
True. I think women like status first.
Yeah.
I'll talk about stuff like that. Status. Money's not first, but it's up there. But status, because status and I think status and charisma are the top two.
Yeah.
Then you got money and looks, I guess, looks is still up there. That's almost equivalent.
Right.
You have to shove it up there.
Unless you can sing. Unless you could sing, right? Like if you could sing, like you could be as ugly as like you could just be ugly as hell. It doesn't matter.
If you can sing?
Oh yeah, man. Ugly singers get all the chicks.
Or if you're quarterback to the football team, yep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's where it all starts back in high school. Kids don't a lot of girls see if you can figure out the nature of that dynamic between men and women. If you just go back to like grade school or like high school, junior high.
Yeah. So
you have it's all about, as a quarterback, running back, the guys, the sports guys, they got the women. And they didn't need money.
Right.
But that's why I say status is before money.
Yeah.
You're a bunch of nerds that make money. Or let's say not even nerds, they're not good, but let's say like really geeky dudes that make that have a lot of money, women are taking them.
Right.
So, and then you ask a woman, oh, how much does a man have to make before you take him seriously or before you get with him, whatever. Well, if the guy's got charisma, she don't care how much he makes. So it's too late. By the time she finds out if he's making 30 grand or less, it's too late. He already got what he wanted. He's too smooth.
Right.
Because you think, what, guys that have no money, that don't make a lot of money, are just all of a sudden they have no idea how to talk to women?
Yeah.
They don't. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest players don't make a lot of money.
Right.
Right.
They usually figure out how to get the money out of the ladies.
There you go.
Usually how it goes.
That's
and kid said makeup isn't a skill. Trust me, it's definitely a skill. Like, because there's some ladies that do not look good at all, and we see the transformation with the type of makeup and everything that they put on their face. And yeah, we've seen some crazy transformations.
So, but are you talking about like actors or something, or what?
Well, he's talking about just ladies on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they like to use those filters and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But why women use way more than men do?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I don't think a lot of guys might not even know how to use the filters.
I don't. I mean, I can figure it out, but I don't use them.
Right. Don't look for them. All right. Now we start seeing some pieces getting put together here because, yeah, they definitely got the heavy artillery, got delivered to the plant. And it was Lightfoot who ends up getting the van that they use, or the big ass truck or whatever that they use to actually transport these crazy ass weapons. And yeah, and they did say from Korea. So yeah, it must have been the Korean war where they were all at. And so they it starts raining, and Lightfoot asked Gary Busey if he could use his truck since they're not working right now. And he's like, got to go to the doctor's appointment. He's like, yeah, okay, all right, go for it.
He lied.
They go and they pick up these huge ass crates, and you find out some big ass guns, heavy artillery that's in there. So you see that. That's one of the pieces that's happening. Clint Eastwood, Thunderbolt, you see him. I mean, he starts going to he goes to a random bar or something. And I remember saying, what the fuck is this all about? Like, what's the point of this? And then he starts talking to someone outside the bar, and someone who he's kind of befriended, and he's getting intel on the guy who gets tipped the silent alarms. The silent alarms go to this building of something or whatever. It's off-site alarm monitors. I don't even know what the hell it is. How would you describe that?
I don't know. Were they tripwires or something? Some sort of electrical device? I don't know.
Well, no, the whole building where it was they had to get into to stop the alarm that was going off.
I don't know. I was a little confused around that, and I was confused around also with the Lightfoot, how he had to navigate by putting on the wig and stuff.
Yeah, and see, and this was even when they were doing intel on it. They weren't even. This isn't even the part of the heist. It was just where Clint Eastwood was talking to some dude, trying to get the intel on the person who was working there. And he's pretty much a horn dog. He just sits and looks at porn magazines all day.
Oh yeah, the little chubby dude.
Yeah, and pretty much just ready to, just looking to smash any lady who comes in his vicinity.
There were a couple of other characters that were looking at ladies in magazines too. I noticed in that film.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, popular thing in the 70s. I mean, popular thing of any time, but magazines very popular in the 70s.
I have it in the movies, yeah.
Yeah, so he was. There's just a lot of intel going on, while they're in the area when they got these jobs, and then it's really I don't even remember everything that they said in the whole scene when they were it's Clint Eastwood literally breaking down. This time we're doing this time we're doing this time we're doing this, and he's breaking down the entire heist for everyone.
Yeah.
But they had one last thing that they had to do. Do you remember the last thing that they had to do?
Well, that was when he had to dress up as in the dress, right?
No. So when they were dressed up in the ski mask, the pantyhose ski masks.
Yeah.
And they went and they had to go get the code to the door.
Oh yeah. So they go to the manager, I guess, or the owner.
That's what I'm assuming. I was gonna ask you if you know like who, who.
Well, he seemed like he was the manager of the bank.
Okay.
I gathered that's what I got from that.
Yeah.
So they kind of gagged that couple.
Yeah.
And then there's another couple having sex, right?
The daughter, and she was like, "My baby's in there," and her baby's like just getting railed by her boyfriend at the time. And that's where Red just starts like acting hella pervy. He goes in there, they don't even notice him. He lifts the mask up. He's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah, I know.
yeah."
That was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing.
What the hell? He's such a
creepy at the same time. It was funny and creepy.
Such a creep. And yeah, he's a freak, man. He is a freak. And they ended up as crazy. The whole like scene between Clint Eastwood and the bank manager, whatever the hell he was, where it's like he's got a gun to his head, you know, for one. They got like pistols with the silencers on and everything. You know, they got their gats. And not yet, bud. And so they got their guns and everything, and he's like, "All right, tell me the combination to the outer door or whatever." And then he's got to give it to him, and he's like, "All right, now tell me backwards, and now do it faster." And like, so he made him tell him like
5 times.
I mean, easily,
at
if
least
not more. Yeah,
he's gonna go backwards. Yeah, that's smart to do though, so he wasn't lying.
Right. And the guy, it was so funny. He was like, "You're confusing me." It's like he's shitting his pants at the time.
It would have been, we all would have been confused in his situation.
Like, what do you, that definitely wasn't, do you remember that scene at all? Like, do you remember it?
Yeah, because they stormed her babies.
The guy who's giving the guy who's giving out the combo, he is drenched with sweat, like just dripping with sweat. And like, would that be him, or did they just put water on his head? Like, how would
we could spray him with because I remember I did something with Dean Cain. We had the fake sweat. They were sprayed on there. It's kind of sticky stuff. I don't know what it is. So it's not always just water.
Okay.
Because I think they put sugar in it or something.
Okay.
They make it sticky so it beads and so it doesn't evaporate so quickly.
Yeah, because you don't want it to like completely fall off your face. It's like it's going slow down his face, and it's like sticky.
Right.
Yeah. But
sticky
yeah,
stuff.
That was a pretty intense scene. I mean, the whole goal was not to have to kill anybody, you know, in that position. But yeah, this is when that was when the gangster like first really started to show, like, all right, they're really gonna do this now.
Yeah, what's his face? He almost chickened out.
Yeah,
Lightfoot. Get ready to chicken out. I don't think I can do this, guys. What are you talking about? I like how Eastwood's character, how Thunderbolt reacted.
It's his whole idea.
You're Billy the Kid. You're Billy the Kid. Come on, Billy. You need a shave, Billy? remember the Red said that to him?
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, I think you need a shave.
All right. Well, you know what? I think this is a good spot to end act number 2, because then the next part we're getting into is the actual heist itself. And yeah, it's about to get wild. So just a reminder, go follow Silver Screen Breakdowns on YouTube, and make sure you follow the Silver Screen Breakdowns podcast. Go hit the automatic downloads on Apple, on Spotify. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple.
Please do.
Leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify. We appreciate you.
You can find me, Nelson Tynes. Yeah, we're doing this right after Act 2 on YouTube. See some of my acting and demo reel and stuff like that. And then Nelson Tynes _ You don't have to put the underscore. I'll pop up on Instagram. I'll follow you back. Oh, Crispy just followed me, but he followed me before. Then I got a notification that he just started following me. Does he have more than one account?
I mean, he is pretty old. Maybe he forgot his password and had to just create a whole new account. Who knows?
Well, Crispy, I got to follow your ass back. I did see it again. I did follow him originally, so I don't know what he's doing.
Well, we will see you guys for act number 3. Peace out.
Peace.
Picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.